guys, it's Sheila Shimmers and welcome back to my channel. Today I hope it sounds a little bit different because I did get a new mic. I used to have the one that goes right on top of the camera, but it was so annoying every time the camera went on focus. I'll try to focus, it just made so much noise and it was driving me crazy. So I went ahead and purchased a little guy right here that you can barely see on the camera. And hopefully it sounds better. Please let me know below if it sounds better. I hope it's a lot quieter because it used to drive me nuts even when I was editing my videos. Today we're going to be reviewing the LA Girl Pro Matte High Definition Longwear Matte Foundation. I've had it for a little bit. I did purchase it about like 2 or 3 months ago. I forgot when it actually came out, but I have not wore it or tried it out. The only thing I did was swatch it to see if it would fit me, but I actually don't even remember if the shade was a match or not. So I'm just going to be trying it out today. Before we get into it, please don't forget to subscribe below and like this video, and without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So I did purchase this, I believe it was at CVS or Rite Aid. I can't really remember because it was, like I said, a long time ago, but it does retail for $8.99. You can get it obviously on the LA Girl website. You can get it at your local drugstore if they do have it, and then also at Ulta. It does come in 16 shades. I have the shade Light Tan. I don't know if it's going to be a good match, but we're going to try it out. On Ulta, it retails for $8.99. I believe that's the same thing that I paid. It says on the website, LA Girl's Pro Matte Foundation evens out skin tone with a soft suede matte finish. The long-wearing formula is lightweight and is medium to full coverage foundation. Provides complete natural looking coverage and even skin tone. So it says suede matte finish, and I love how that sounds. I really hope that is true. And it says medium to full coverage, natural looking, and even skin tone. I'm just going to show you how the packaging looks like. This is the foundation. It's a glass bottle. It's like a softer glass and you can actually see through the foundation. It does say that it brings 1 fluid ounce. Like I said, I have the shade Light Tan. The cap is a matte black, and then it does have this line right here where it's a little bit more shiny. This is plastic, by the way, and when you open it up, like I said, I did swatch it, but I haven't tried it. It does have a pump, which I love. So I actually do like it for the price. I feel like it feels really nice, but we're just gonna go ahead and try it out. I'm going to be trying it out with half of my face with a beauty sponge. I'm going to be using this one from Real Techniques. And then on the other half, I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics brush 110. It's just a flat kabuki. I love this brush. I am going to be using a primer because I always like to fill in my pores. I have a lot of problem areas and I just don't like how things sit on me when I don't prime. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and use the Touch and Soul No Pore Blem Primer. I'm going to be warming some up on my hands. And then I'm just going to be applying them to my cheeks, under my eyes, and just basically all over my face. So here in Philly, that's where I live, we had 2 or 3 days last week where it was like 65 and it was so warm, and now we're back to like the 40s and I just can't make myself wear a jacket. I'm like over it. So I'm like just wearing my spring clothes. I got my spring nails going on, so does that ever happen to you guys? Like, I'm so over this winter. So my face is already primed. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the beauty sponge side. So I'm gonna be applying 1 pump. And it does feel very thick. So you can see it's not runny whatsoever. I'm kind of scared because like, it's so thick, but we're gonna go ahead and try it out. I feel like I applied too much just because of how thick it is. So I'm gonna spread it out on my forehead. Like that. I think it might be a good match once I blend it, but we're gonna see. I feel like so far I can see that the coverage is actually pretty good. And it is blending out very, very easily. So there it is with 1 full pump on the right side of my face using a beauty blender and bare face on this side. So I feel like that's a big difference. You can see my blemishes right here and you can see the side where I actually applied it. So there's obviously a color difference, and I feel like this is going to be a really good match for me in the summer. But I do feel like it is only a medium coverage. I don't know if you can tell right there. I can see some of my texture right here and some of my rednecks peeking through, but it does look very matte. It doesn't look like I need to set this, and it feels very, very lightweight. Like I feel like I have nothing on my skin, which is actually very surprising because it looks so thick that I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Like, I hate that feeling of like having so much makeup on your face, like heavy makeup. So I really like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the brush side. I'm putting another full pump on the brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. Alright, so there it is. I feel like the coverage, it's actually better on the Beauty Blender side, which is surprising because you usually get more coverage on the brush side. But you can tell right there how good the coverage of this foundation is, like from just one pump, because those pimples right there were very, very bright and red, and you can still see them, but it did cover a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put another full pump on each side, and we're gonna see how this builds up. So now that the color's settled, I feel like it's a little bit dark on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a lighter concealer to see if I can lighten it up a bit. My shoulders tend to be a lot darker than my face and neck, so it might be looking okay on camera, but I mean, I'm looking at myself in the mirror right here, and it's just a tiny bit dark. But nothing crazy. It is definitely the right undertone, so that's pretty good. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in for you to see how it's looking like. I am loving this coverage. I'm kind of impressed because with drugstore's foundations, I haven't really found one that I like, and when I do, like, I really like the Wet n Wild Photo Focus, but that broke me out so bad I have to get rid of it. I really like the Milani one, but that one's so heavy I can't even put it on my face anymore, and it kind of did break me out just a little bit. So for me, with drugstore's foundations, it's kind of like a hit and miss. But with this one, so far, I mean, you can tell right here all my problem areas. It's really covering really well the my texture and kind of like my pores right here. And it's not showing any texture right here on my forehead. Look, and it's showing like little to no dryness right here where I have the most dryness on my face. So that's really good. I feel like the coverage is definitely a medium. I could probably keep building this up if I wanted to, but I'm kind of comfortable where it's at, and I feel like it looks really good. So it definitely evened out my skin tone. It definitely has that suede matte finish that it said it does. So those are the two claims on this foundation. It actually says it on the bottom right here, medium to full coverage, smooth, long, wear suede finish. So I feel like I'm gonna try this out for about 5 or 6 hours today and let you guys know how it's looking at the end of the day. But I'm gonna go ahead and put some concealer on and just finish off the rest of my face, and I'll be back to give you guys my final thoughts. Okay, so everything is on. I really like the way everything kind of went over top. I forgot how much I hate putting eyeshadows after I already have my base, because as I was putting it on, it kept like falling right here and like ruining my highlighter, and I kept getting so pissed. I feel like I have to retouch it a little bit. It's just crazy when you get into like the habit of doing something and you go back to like how I've always used to do it, and now it's like, gosh, so annoying. Okay, that looks so much better. All right, so that looks so much better. If you want a rundown of what I used the LA Girl Just Blushing blush. This one is in the shade Just Playful. I used the Chanel powder in Translucent 1. I used the Fenty concealer in 210. The Cannonball mascara. This one is waterproof. For bronzer, I mixed the Essence in Sunny. This one is the matte bronzing powder, and then the Pretty Vulgar matte bronzer in Bronze B or Bronze Mannequin. For highlight, I use this Flower Beauty holographic palette, which I love, and I went with this gold shade on the bottom, which I don't really know the name of it, but it's this one. And then I also use the Soft Glam Anastasia palette. So that's everything that I use. Now going back to the foundation, I really have to say that this looks better than most of the high-end foundations that I own. I am very, very impressed so far. I've only worn it for about 20 minutes. It is 6:30 right now, so I'm gonna be wearing it for 5 or 6 hours. I'm gonna be doing stuff around the house. I do have to edit a video, and I think I'm gonna film another one as well. So I'll be moving around a little bit. I'm not gonna do something too crazy or go outside or anything like that, but I feel like I'm gonna get a good sense and feeling of how I feel about this foundation. So far, I really like the finish. I feel like the finish is my favorite thing about it. I only set my concealer. I didn't set my forehead or anything. And it still looked very matte and very like cohesive, complete. Everything applied over top super nicely. It was super easy to blend the bronzer, and that's just like one of the things that I am like super picky about, how my bronzers blend, especially in this area right here, because sometimes they do look patchy over some foundations I have noticed. I do feel like they should come out with more shades. I don't know if they actually have. Actually, let me check. I'm gonna go into their website because I only check at Ulta, but I really want to check if they only came out with those colors, because I feel like they should have more shades than just 16. So apparently they did come out with 10 new shades, so you can find those at the LA Girl website, but they're not available at Ulta. Ulta only has those 16s that I mentioned, and like I said, I'm using the shade Light Tan. I do not feel like I want to go back and get something lighter, just because I feel like this is going to be perfect for the summer, especially because it's matte. So I do want to try it out during the summer, like a hot day, and see if it's really like long wearing and if it really stays matte. So I really love how it looks. It definitely looks like if I had set it, which I did not, and the finish looks really, really beautiful. I still feel like it's not accentuating any fine lines. You can see right here, I usually have a line like crossing my forehead. You can't see it at all, and you can't see my texture right here or my problem areas. Like I said, I do have a little bit of dryness right here, but that's nothing that, you know, alarms me. That's just normal. I can't really go around that. Oh, I forgot to mention what I use for my brows. I don't necessarily love this. This one is the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil, but I do feel like I have a shade too dark. I took the shade 5 and I feel like I should have taken 4. But what I don't like about it is that sometimes if you go too heavy, it kind of looks like you have like you tattooed your eyebrows, and I just don't like that at all. And also the pencil itself, like the end, is very thick. So I don't know. I'm using my NYX micro brow pencil, where like if I make a mistake, I just like swipe it and it goes away and then I fix it. But with this one, it's just so hard, and I guess it just works too well. And that's my problem with it. But yeah, so far for $8.99, I really like it. I really like how it's looking. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up of how it's looking with everything together, and you can kind of decide for yourself if you like what you're seeing. I am very impressed because I do have a lot of texture and I do have a lot of like imperfections, and this is looking really, really good. So that is my thoughts for now. I'm gonna get off for a little bit and then let you guys know how I feel about it in about a couple hours. It's been 4 hours since I first applied this foundation, and I haven't seen much difference in how it's looking. I have a little mirror right here, and let me see. I feel like the concealer, it's kind of like drying on me. This is the second time I apply the Fenty concealer, and I kind of feel like it disappears a little bit right here. Don't you see like my darkness is like way, like it's there. You can see it. Everything is looking pretty good. I am starting to see a little bit of fine line right here, and very subtle on this side, but definitely more, definitely shows a lot more on this side. Still pretty subtle. Everything looks pretty good. I do have this line right there. I don't know if you can see that as well, but nothing too noticeable. I feel like everything is still looking pretty well. Nothing has rubbed off. The bronzer is still there, the highlighter is still there, the blush is still there. Everything looks pretty good on top, so no complaints so far. I don't know if I'm gonna do one more check-in. I probably won't. I probably am gonna end the video here, because I feel like after 4 or 5 hours I already know if I'm gonna like a foundation or not. But yeah, I am so happy that I finally found one that I think I like. I'm gonna wear it a little bit more and see, because usually like the day after, I can feel if it's gonna break me out or anything. If I like if tomorrow I have a couple new pimples, I'll know definitely that it is a foundation, because I didn't use anything new other than this. But yeah, so far it really impressed me. The coverage I really liked. I feel like I could still build it up and put a lot more, because this definitely feels very, very lightweight. I do touch it, I can see a little bit of foundation on my fingers, but nothing too crazy, and that's something I really like. I hate touching my skin and like feeling the stickiness. This one does not feel sticky at all. It actually feels like if you had applied it powdered, it kind of feels like very satin finish, if that makes any sense. But it did dry matte, and I feel like it looks really pretty. There's some areas, even when I set it, that kind of look a little bit like a natural finish, like right here. And I kind of really like that, especially when I apply the highlighter over top. I feel like my skin looks very healthy and put together, and I really like that. So something you can beat is the price. This one retails $8.99. I hope you can find your shade. Like I said, they had 16 shades, they added 10, so now you should definitely have be able to find your shade, and that's pretty good. It does bring 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty normal for foundations, and I love that it has a pump. Overall, I really like this. Again, I don't like saying like, oh, go find this foundation right now, because my thoughts on foundations usually change after a couple wears. Like today may have worked for me, and then I can wear it a couple more days, or actually wear it for a full day and kind of have a different opinion. So I'm just gonna keep wearing it a little bit more, and then let you guys know maybe in another video how I feel about it. But so far, I am super, super impressed, and I feel like I'm gonna be wearing this a lot. Hi guys, so it is actually the next day today. I decided to put this foundation on one more time for work today. So I have worn it for 9 hours. I just wanted to quickly show you how it looks like at the end of the day. So I do go to work in the morning, like very early. I wake up at 5:30, so I'm usually ready with my makeup on by 6. It is now 4:30 in the afternoon, so I mean, I feel like I wore this for a long time. You can see right here that it kind of like removes itself. I don't know if it's because like sometimes I sit like this on my desk. That might have been what happened. I'm kind of picking on that pimple today, I'm not even gonna lie. So that might have been my fault, but just so you know, if you do kind of touch it, it kind of like fades away apparently. So right there, it kind of faded away. Like I said, that kind of might have been my fault, but right here I feel like it did fade away a little bit as well. But everything else, I feel like it's looking pretty good. The makeup stayed intact other than there, and it is kind of looking a little bit natural. I did not set it today. That might have been why the makeup is kind of like moving. But it is looking kind of like a little bit dewy right here. Nothing too crazy. I don't feel like it looks oily, but I do have dry skin. So this, if you have a combination or oily skin, I feel like this could look a little bit too shiny on you after a couple hours. You might want to have to set it, because I didn't do that. I didn't even set my concealer today. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick kind of like, I don't know, second opinion after wearing it for a full day, because I felt like my video yesterday didn't go into depth about like how long you can wear this for. I just realized this whole video the mic was all the way over there, so I really hope you guys heard that. So yeah, I'm kind of happy that I actually discovered this, because I feel like LA Girl has some hidden gems and the drugstore has some hidden gems, and this actually were like a lot better than most of my high-end foundations. So I feel like this is one of my new favorites. It is $9, so I think, in my opinion, if you have dry to normal skin, I would definitely try it out. If you're oily, I would probably stay away from this. I really can't speak to that matter, but I mean, if you want to try it out, that is up to you as always. I really love the finish that it gave me. I really love that it wore so nicely. I really love the coverage of it, and I feel like it's a very good everyday foundation. Like, it was very lightweight. It just felt really good on the skin. To me, that's just how I see it. I wouldn't put this on to like go out for like a full glam. I'd probably go for something a little bit more full coverage. But yeah, for every day, I feel like this is a really good foundation. Anyway guys, this is everything for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to subscribe below and like this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!